a crowded New York cafe, Leo sat in a world of his own. Around him, cups clinked and people laughed, but his eyes were fixed on the phone vibrating on the table. Notification after notification flashed across the screen. "I need you. Can we talk? You're always so strong." Leo reached out, but his hands began to tremble, hovering just inches away from the glass. Have you ever felt like you're the only bridge keeping everyone else from falling, while you are secretly breaking into 1,000 pieces inside? Leo was an architect. In the heart of New York City, he designed structures that were built to withstand storms and time. But Leo wasn't just an architect of steel and glass. He was the architect of everyone else's lives. The day started like any other, fast and demanding. Before he could even finish his first cup of coffee, a colleague dropped a heavy stack of files on his desk. "Leo, I'm drowning here. Can you fix these blueprints? You're the only one who can." Leo looked at his own overflowing inbox, forced a smile, and nodded. "No problem. I've got it." By noon, his phone buzzed. It was his mother. "Leo, your sister is struggling again. I'm so stressed I can't sleep." Leo felt a sharp pain in his chest, but he kept his voice steady. "It's okay, Mom. Take a breath. I'll come over tonight and sort it out." Just as he was finally leaving the office, a message arrived from his best friend. "She's gone, man. I'm at the bar. I need to talk." Leo stared at his reflection in the elevator mirror. He looked pale. His shoulders were heavy. His mind was screaming for just one moment of silence. But he replied instantly, "On my way. Don't worry about me. I'm fine." In the rush of the city, being strong is a badge of honor. We're taught that if we stop, we fail. So Leo kept walking. He kept carrying. He became the emotional dumping ground for everyone he loved, never realizing that even the strongest foundations have a limit. He was the bridge that everyone crossed, but no one ever stopped to ask if the bridge itself was holding up. Leo couldn't take the noise anymore. He walked until the skyscrapers felt small and the air smelled like the Hudson River. He sat on a weathered bench, burying his face in his hands, trying to breathe through the tightness in his chest. Nearby, an old man was sitting on the ground. He wasn't looking at the water or the sunset. He was staring at a small wooden bridge model resting on his lap. It was snapped right in the middle, its tiny splinters pointing toward the sky. The old man looked up at Leo. His eyes were incredibly calm, like a still lake. "Young man," he said softly, "could you do me a small favor?" Leo wiped his eyes, feeling embarrassed to be seen this way. "Sure," he managed to say. "What is it?" The old man held out the broken model. "Please," he whispered. "Say sorry to this bridge." Leo blinked, completely confused. He looked around to see if this was a joke. "What? Say sorry to a piece of wood?" "Yes," the old man nodded seriously. "Apologize to it for being too strong." Leo felt a surge of frustration. It felt like another demand on his time, another puzzle he had to solve. "That doesn't make any sense," Leo said, his voice rising. "The bridge is broken because it was weak. It couldn't hold the weight. Why would I apologize to something that failed? It just wasn't good enough." The old man didn't get angry. He simply reached out and touched the rough, jagged edges where the wood had splintered. "You see it as a failure because it broke," the old man said. "But I see something else. This bridge didn't break because it was weak. It broke because it refused to cry out. It tried to hold every person, every car, and every storm for years without ever asking for help. It was so strong that everyone forgot it was made of something that could break. They just kept adding more weight, thinking it would last forever." Leo went quiet. Suddenly, the sounds of the city faded away. The words felt like a heavy stone dropping into a deep, still pond. He looked at the broken model, then down at his own trembling hands. People never apologize to the strong, the old man continued. They just keep crossing. Until one day, there is a tiny crack that no one hears, and then, just like that, the bridge is gone. Leo remained silent for a long time. The city's distant hum seemed to fade, replaced by the gentle lapping of the river against the pier. He looked at his hands, then at the snapped model. For years, he'd been the one everyone turned to. He was the strong friend, the one who never stumbled. But as he looked at the jagged splinters, he realized he was looking at his own reflection. The old man leaned back, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "We often mistake endurance for immortality," he said softly. "But even the most magnificent structures in this city have teams of people who inspect them every single day. They look for the tiny cracks. They scrape away the rust. They know that to stay strong, a bridge must be cared for." He turned to Leo, his voice full of compassion. "You see, Leo, being strong without boundaries isn't a virtue. It's a slow sentence for your soul. Water flowing under a bridge is what makes it useful. It connects people and carries life. But when you allow that water to seep into the steel, when you take on everyone's sorrow and never speak your own, it stays there. It eats at the core. Water that should have passed through becomes the very thing that makes the steel collapse." A single tear traced a path down Leo's cheek, falling silently onto the wooden bench. He didn't hide it. He didn't force a smile or say, "I'm okay." He just sat there, feeling the cold air and the truth of the old man's words. He'd been so busy being a bridge for others that he'd completely forgotten how to be a person for himself. "It is not your job to carry the world, Leo," the old man whispered. "It is your job to be a part of it." From today's story, we learn that true strength is not about carrying every burden until you snap. It is about the courage to set ranzoi and the wisdom to admit when you are tired. If you are that bridge for everyone else, please give yourself permission to rest today. You do not have to be unbreakable to be valuable. If you have a friend who is always the strong one, reach out and ask if they are truly okay. Stay calm. Remember to care for your own foundation, and I will see you in the next lesson.